Hi, I promised about a week and a half ago that I had a big announcement coming, and then I had some glitches getting it out, so today's the day I have the announcement. Looking forward to telling you about this. But before I make the announcement, I've got to give you a little bit of background on it. When I launched the Wild Viking project, my whole plan was all about motorcycling, still is. That's what I love. It's what I'm passionate about. It's what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to share stories, write a book, all kinds of great things that I had planned, all about my riding experiences. I'm still looking forward to that. That's the primary purpose of this venture, and that's what I'm going to do, and I look forward to seeing how this whole thing shapes up. That said, there's a big part of my life, though, that I haven't really talked about because it's not motorcycle related. A big thing about me that you have to understand to really know where I'm coming from and to understand me as a person is that I am first and foremost a follower of Jesus Christ. When I was 21, I had just a radical encounter with Him. I gave my life to Him. My life was transformed from that point. That part of my life is something, it shapes who I am. That relationship that I have with God now affects me in every way, every part of what I do and who I am. That part of my life is everything to me. I am a Christian first. After that, I'm a husband and a father, and then biker is following right behind all that. But this part of my life as a Christian shapes everything. So the reason I bring this up now is because this venture is about my life as a biker. And that's what I wanted to talk about. Let me give you a little backstory. Last year on one of my Wanderlust journeys, I planned on riding Route 66. And a couple weeks prior to the trip, very dear friend of mine sent me a message saying, it's just a few hours off of Route 66 to get down to Medina, Texas, where she lives. This friend of mine was instrumental, probably a huge, if not the biggest influence on why I ever became a Christian. It was her life, her testimony that kind of really got me thinking and helped me get my life turned around and to recognize what I needed, because I was going downhill fast. I was, when I was a much younger and perhaps a little too wild of a Viking, I was pretty messed up, and I'm not here to talk about how messed up I was and all that, but I was I was headed downhill. I was headed for either death or jail, whichever came sooner. But I had a radical encounter with Jesus Christ, and I met Him and trusted my life with Him, and that's when everything changed for me. So sometime shortly after that, my friend moved to Texas, and she started a family, and she has a beautiful, amazing family. I moved to Michigan. I met my wife there, and we started our family there. And we've just kind of done our own things, gone our separate ways, barely kept in touch, but she messaged me and invited me to come down to Texas, or to Medina in Texas, and meet her family, and I was really excited to do that. It didn't take a whole lot of arm twisting. So I went down and spent a couple days in Texas hanging out with her and her family. And it was really a great time. And it was during this time spent there that I really came up with the idea. We were talking a little bit about hopes and dreams and life. And that was kind of when I imagined this whole Wild Viking adventure, not really knowing what it was going to be. I always envisioned this part of it as being giving me the opportunity to talk to people, whether it be at rallies, events, whatever it might be, where I could tell my stories, share a laugh, talk about my passion with other people who were had the same interests I did. And somehow in my head, every time I would think about that, it always started in Texas. Everything went back to Texas. My older son Elijah is in the process of getting his motorcycle license, and we have a motorcycle for him now. and he's going to go with me on my next Wanderlust adventure. And I asked where he wants to go, and without hesitation, he said he wants to go to Texas. So I let my friend know that that was the plan, and she offered the opportunity for me to go to this place in Medina called the Core. Now, I've been to the Core. I didn't have a chance to spend much time there, but the Core is a really cool place. It's a coffee house. The sign reads Espresso, Pizza, and Prayer. It's a really cool little place in this tiny little town. I'm sure it's the best food in town. It may be the only food in town, but I'm sure it's the best food in town. But it's owned and operated by some really great people. And on Wednesday nights, they have they have a service. They have music. They have a keynote speaker come in, and I was invited to come down and do a little bit of both. I'll have the opportunity to talk. I will have the chance to share some stories about my riding and my experiences there. I'll have a lot of fun just talking to the people, having some laughs, and just talking about that part of my life that I love. But more importantly, it's going to be an opportunity to share the other part of my life, which is the most important part of my life. I plan on sharing a little bit of my personal testimony, and hopefully some encouragement from the Bible and again from my life. So it's the first ever Wild Viking event, and I'm really looking forward to going down there and doing this. It's going to be on Wednesday night, June 14 at 6 o'clock. It's going to be a lot of fun. I promise we're going to have some fun. I'm going to definitely pick up a guitar, do some music with everyone, as well as just talk and share great stories. So if you're down there, I would love to see you on June 14. Fun. It's going to be hopefully a powerful time, an encouraging time, hopefully lots of laughs and getting to know people, talk to people. Is kind of what this whole thing is all about. So there it is. That's the big announcement. I'm really excited about it. I just can't tell you how excited about this I really am. So as for you, get out there and ride. Stay wild.